Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about updates from qualifying for the Mexican Grand Prix. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So it's Lando Norris who's taken pole position for the Mexican Grand Prix, and fair play to him, he really turned it up on Saturday, and throughout qualifying he looked like the favourite for pole, although in Q3 Ferrari really did find a lot of pace and it looked like Charles Leclerc could potentially take a shock pole position. Right at the end he found so much time in Q3, but on his second run in Q3 Norris fought back and just put in a brilliant lap that got him pole position. It was a dominant pole position, and as I say, fair play to Norris for pulling that off. And speaking about it, Norris said that was one of those where you don't really know what happened. It felt decent, but when I saw the time, I was very pleasantly surprised. I've been feeling good all weekend, especially today. I got a little bit nervous off the Ferrari at the end, but I pulled it out when it mattered, and I'm very happy. Now, as I said, Ferrari really found pace in Q3, and Charles Leclerc ended up in P2 and Lewis Hamilton was in P3. I'd say that's probably the team's best qualifying of the year. Yes, they've had a pole position with Leclerc in Hungary, but to have both cars up there in P2 and P3, I think Ferrari will be very happy with that. And yeah, I think that is probably Ferrari's all-round best performance in qualifying this season. And speaking about Ferrari's improvement, Hamilton said, "This is the first time we've both been in the top 3 in qualifying this year, and the team truly deserve it. We are just working as hard as we can. We've not really moved the car forward necessarily in development, but we've extracted more from it, and the processes are better. P3 is kind of the perfect spot at this track, so I'm hoping I can make the most of that. Our race pace is not too bad. It's difficult to know, but we'll try and give it a good race." Now, the reason Hamilton says P3 is a good spot is because it's such a long run down towards turn 1, and Hamilton is potentially going to get a slipstream from 2 cars. And I know starts haven't really been the best for Norris, but he really needs to get it right on Sunday, because if he doesn't get a good start on Sunday, he could fall back quite a bit. Despite that pressure though, he'll be very happy, especially with where his title rivals are. You know, Max Verstappen only 5th, Oscar Piastri only 8th. That is just unbelievable. Now with Max, I think it'd be unfair to call it a huge surprise that he's in P5. He's not in the best car, and he's been going above and beyond to bring himself into title contention over the last few races. It can't go perfect all the time. As for Piastri though, I do think that is a real shock. He's in the same car as Norris and he's down in P8. And it's 2 weekends in a row now where he's really struggled in qualifying. In Austin, he was in P6 and not on the pace of Norris. And I'd say Piastri is at quite a risk here of losing the championship lead if he does not have a good Grand Prix on Sunday. And to make it even worse for Piastri, he can't even explain the lack of pace, with him saying, as quoted by Sky F1, "There's just no pace, which is a bit of a mystery. It's been more or less the same gap all weekend, so we'll have a look at where it's going wrong. Obviously, it's a bit frustrating. Not a huge amount has changed around how I'm feeling in the car. It's just this weekend and last weekend, it's felt like the pace hasn't come. I'm not 100% sure why yet. I'll try my best in the long run to turn 1. That's going to be an opportunity to make some progress forwards. We'll see what I can do." Now, there is a bit of good news for Piastri. Carlos Sainz qualified ahead of him in P7, but Sainz does have a 5-place grid penalty. He picked this up following his collision with Kimi Antonelli last time out in Austin, and because Sainz did not finish the race, the penalty has carried over into Mexico. So yeah, Sainz gets a 5-place grid drop, so Piastri moves up to P7. Still though, there is a huge amount of work to do for Piastri. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.